We've got some breaking news. The Green Bay Packers are picking up Lucas Van Ness's fifth-year option, $14.5 million to stay in Green Bay in 2027. Let's unpack that. All right, guys. Yeah, Lucas Van Ness, he's back. $14.5 million. Now, I don't think that number is that much for a guy of his caliber. I think when he's healthy, when he gets healthy, I think he's going to have his best year yet. Obviously, last year was a little bit injury-plagued. 2023, he's flashed. 2024, he's flashed. Hasn't put it totally together. Obviously, the sack numbers are not there, but I think he had like an 11.2% pressure rate last year when he was playing. I think he's starting to ascend, and I think learning from Micah Parsons has helped him a lot. He just has more upside than I think even we've seen. I think his ceiling, we haven't reached it yet. I like Lucas Van Ness. Obviously, when you pick a player at that high, number 13 in 2023, we traded one of those, Aaron Rodgers, for moving up to that pick. Like, there's expectations that come with that, just like there did with Rashawn Gary. And by the way, now that he's gone, now we don't have Rashawn, I think that LVN being that true number 2, and until Micah Parsons comes back, being the real number 1 edge rusher, I think there's going to be, finally, I feel like this is the opportunity for him to step into that alpha role and hopefully get all those snaps and show who he's supposed to be. Obviously, he has the expectations, but I think he has the talent to match. We just need to see him put it together. That's the biggest thing, guys, right? I mean, how many times have we wanted to see a big monster play from him that we just haven't yet because he's been struggling with injuries or maybe not getting all the playing time? I think this year is the best opportunity for him to kind of show that. I think this was an easy decision for the Packers just because they have a lot of faith in him. I know that for a fact. Brian's been saying that, right? The whole coaching staff has been saying it. They've got the faith in him, so I think that's what made it an easy decision. But it's a risk, right? I mean, he's not shown the production that we've wanted to see out of a number 13 pick in the first round, right? But clearly he's got the measurables, the 6'5", the biggest hands in the league, those things that they drafted him for. Those are all still there. I think Micah's going to really continue to help him. They've developed a kinship, really, and I think that duo is going to be, that's one of the things that's really going to determine will the Packers win the Super Bowl or not, is if a guy like Lucas Van Ness improves to where we expect him to improve. The Packers have always had high belief in their players that they draft. I mean, that is almost to a flaw, right? Like a little bit of it's something that has become kind of synonymous with the way that they draft, is they have faith in their players and they give them money that maybe other people don't think they deserve. But I think in this case, this is a good gamble because, like I said, $14.5 million, that puts him at around 35th in the league in 2027 among edge rushers, being paid at that kind of range. And I think that's okay for him, especially going into a 5th year, assuming after this 4th year that we're going to get out of him is going to be, we're hoping, pretty excellent. So the Packers are hoping that he kind of steps into the role we all think he's supposed to, and I think he will, right? This is the year. This is the year. And then they're kind of banking on that and then having him at a little bit of a bargain in that 5th-year option. So, again, I know a lot of guys don't always come in and play like dominant right away, but it seems like Green Bay's first-round picks have kind of always struggled to come in and have a big impact immediately. And you can go back down the line, and I think the one that probably comes out and makes the most, to your eyes is Jair. When he, kind of came out and dominated that Rams game and that in his rookie season, and but even that took a little bit of time, right? We never had a guy come in and just dominate right away, and I guess that's rare around the league. But if there was anybody that could have came in and did it, I think, it wouldn't have been Lucas Van Ness because he's been behind guys and the injuries and things like that. But I'm excited about this year, this opportunity for him. I do think there's a lot of good football ahead of him, and we just have to see him capitalize on it, guys. So at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to how he performs this year, but I think it's a good gamble for Green Bay. I like Lucas Van Ness, the player. I think there's a lot of exciting things coming, and like I said, if he steps up into a role and takes it and grabs it and dominates, becomes that dominant pass rusher, that line of scrimmage disruptor that we've been waiting for him to be with Micah when he comes back, that's what starts to bring you to the Super Bowl. These internal improvements are what Green Bay is relying on. They lost tons of guys in free agency. They traded with Rashawn Gary. They're hoping that Lucas Van Ness taking more of his snaps is what's going to propel the team to bigger heights, right? And make the team better in these areas. They're all about internal improvement, and Lucas Van Ness, he's at the forefront of that. And he will be one of the reasons we win the Super Bowl, or will be one of the reasons that we don't, depending on how he performs. God bless the Green Bay Packers. And go Pack, go.